So the question with this one is they're wondering why they come over the top, and they're trying to use their lower body really aggressively, basically just trying to fire that hip to get out of the way. And so, pretty obviously a good thing that we want to have going on. Pretty good thoughts overall. We want to use that lower body there. Um, this swing, if we kind of come back to the first position here, what we're going to see, well, I guess we might as well draw a few of these bad boys. Decent angle, a little low, but definitely, camera on the ground, but will give us a good understanding what's going on here. So we could see for the first positional check just how much the club is above the plane, and it's not a bad thing. If our thought process is to reroute and have a lot of shallowing and have like a lot of intent with our hand position and our body position, then I think it's like a very loopy, we see Jim Furyk, Matt Wolff, there's a lot of, good players that use this as a rhythm. And so it could be a good way overall affect your swing. The hard part is if we don't have that manual manipulation, which is generally a very laid off / cupped wrist position that we're trying to get to. That's really the thought, to help the club drop down. If we don't have that, then we're just going to stay above the plane the whole time. And we can, have the lower body fire as much as it wants and humanly possible, but the club is just on top of the plane. There's nothing we're going to be able to do about it apart from come over the top. And so what we're going to see here is actually a decent position with that left wrist. We're trying to get to that cup. We could see, not the perfect angle, but pretty dang close. But we could see how that wrist is starting to go down. The laid off position is our, butt of our club is, well above the ball. And so our club here is, behind our body. And we would want to see that club kind of come more over the hands or in line with our shoulders. And so as this comes down, we could see, despite getting a little bit more of that left wrist flexion, we're now completely stuck. Is that this club is well behind our body. And what we're going to find is that hip, as much as it wants to fire, the thing sometimes we fire it too much is that it's actually not a bad way to try and think about trying to hit a fade, is that if I can clear my body and come really steep, we know we're going to be able to cut the ball. And so in a pinch, those are like some really good swing thoughts. If I really want to kind of cut across, you got to get out of the way so that my hands can beat the ball in order to maintain that open club face. And so what we have here is basically just that. Our hips and our hands get so far in front of it that we're getting close to an impact position here. We could see, the face angle is not bad. We'd want it to be a bit more, along our spine, but we got an upright face. But at this position, we would want the club to be somewhere on our hip. And so now we're having a decent position for our body. That right elbow is underneath us. And this is why, that lower body clearing is a great initiator. And so for this swing, I wouldn't really worry about the lower body. I would just try to get that club into the right position. And I would do that by trying to get your club more on plane throughout the swing versus trying to have the thing, in the ceiling the whole time. But a classic chop come through. And again, like if we got rid of the ball and we kind of got rid of everything, we just looked at this finished position, like it's not bad at all. We have the hands in front of us, our right elbow is through. It's a very neutral, clean, strike. We're not having a lot of club manipulation. And so overall, I think if we just flatten this thing out, we'll be doing pretty well.